What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Creeptober, and we are now in Menace from the Deep. This is a game that I really loved a year or two ago when I started playing it. There's a big update that I haven't touched, and so some of it's going to be new, but we are in this kind of Cthulhu-esque world trying to solve a mystery, and we're going to start from the very beginning. We are a detective. It looks like our name's going to be Lillian Lopez, and let's go ahead and jump on in. We are going to do, I think, the aggressive. Yeah, we're gonna do the aggressive deck. So we're a detective. We're good at punching. We have a grenade. We have an axe that sets things on fire. And then we can make our punches even stronger. Then we have some good blocks. And then every once in a while we can use our camera to shock people and make them easier to hurt. Let's jump in. We do have an ability that lets us draw a card, and we have some base relics, which give us an extra free consumable at the end of each scuffle, so that's kind of nice. So yeah, this is a card battler, and we're going to start off in the suburbs, and that's the monster we have to fight. And let's see here, 13 until we fight the boss. So we're going to go ahead and let's look at our navigation. This is our navigation. We can only see one ahead. So we can do an encounter, a warehouse. Well, I always like starting. We'll start with a warehouse. There's nothing wrong with that. These are the supplies that let us unlock new characters, new abilities, new functions. We need to get the stuff, and we can steal things, or we can buy them. And we're going to be a little naughty and steal, and then run away. And that's going to help us in the future. All right, so we have an encounter which leads to a museum, or we have an encounter that leads to a merchant. But we don't have enough money yet to really do a merchant, so we'll do this encounter. And so that's kind of how the planning works. The navigation tells you the number of cards underneath your stack. A river obstructs your path. Gray clouds have veiled the sky, and the wind has picked up. The air is heavy with the scent of marshes. My sick voice is helping with the readings. Occasionally thunder rumbles in silence. In riverbank near a crackling fire, you see a man mending a wooden raft. So we can try to steal the raft. We can ask for a ride across the river, or we can acquire by the nearest bridge. If we had the moonshine brew, we could ask for a fishing rod, and that would do something. And once you do these once, if this event comes up in future runs, because this is a roguelike, you'll know what the result will be. Let's go ahead and ask for a ride across the river. You ask him anything ferry across the river. Reluctantly he agrees, but asks for 25 coins for his help. He beckons you to the boat nearby and takes you across the dark river, the waves growing higher as a storm approaches. Did anything happen? No, that just cost us money. Not super useful. Let's go to the museum now, because museums are great. They give you a relic, or upgrade your cards, or so you can do all sorts of things. So I can get a new card. I don't really want to mess with my deck yet, so let's look at the relics. Alright, so we can increase our sanity. Things will cause sanity attacks. That's a stat up here in the future. We can increase... what is that? Increase max... oh, that's our abilities. That's actually pretty nice. So instead of 10, we can do 15. Or we can gain 750 of a fear, which is another currency. Let's do the spyglass. Nice. That gives us more use of our abilities, and that's pretty helpful. Alright, we don't need to go to the motel yet, so I guess we will do an encounter. And you can see every time we move, we use gas. We'll go over that in a second here. But let's go. Okay, we're at a haunted circus. A note lies on the windshield of your car, inviting you to a private performance at an old circus. Despite your skepticism, you decide to go. When you arrive, the circus looks abandoned, and for a moment, lights flicker inside. You hear music that sounds carnival-like, but some notes are off-key. The music feels more ominous than entertaining. What do you do? So, we have some options here. We can examine the invitation. We cannot investigate the source of music because we don't have the vinyl record. We can look for people, and we have an allied dog. That's part of our character. Or we can upgrade 2 cards. Ooh. I think we're going to do the look for people. You slowly move to the circus tent, try to find someone. Turns out there's anyone there. You hear rustling behind you in the stands. You freeze. And as we look back, we see there's a dog with its name Dick. Alright. And we now have a dog. Which is great. Because that's going to help us when we actually finally get to do a battle. So far, we're making our way towards the boss fight. We've not had to actually battle anything yet. It looks like we'll have an elite foe fight after the motel, which is a bit of a bummer. But I think we will do that. So we'll go to the motel. We've not been injured, so we don't need to heal at the motel. But the other thing you can do at the hotel is upgrade a card of your choice. Or you can remove a card. So again, this is where you can do some of your deck management. We're going to upgrade. So we have all these things. I think what we're going to upgrade is our fire axe, because it's a big swing. It does a lot, but well, fire axe or take a swing is always good. Let's do the fire axe. So we're going to go from applying 12 damage and burning for 1 turn to applying burning for 2 turns, which is great. Pardon me. Alright. So now we've done that, we're going to go fight an elite foe. We're finally going to battle someone. And we'll see what this looks like. Oof. Alright, so we got this Gug. Gug the monster. We now have 2 dogs, because we start with 1 and we found a second dog, so that's why we have the 2 dogs. And we have some abilities here. Now, take a swing is great, but we have no attacks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our ability first. Actually, we should talk about some things. So, this is the life of the monster. This is what the monster's gonna do. He's gonna curse one of our dogs, and then he's gonna do something we don't know. This is what our dog's gonna do. It's gonna get some regeneration. It's gonna apply shield. This dog's gonna attack Gug, and I haven't done yet. I have 3 energy. That's the cost in the upper left corner. I have a block combo and an attack combo. So the more attack cards I use, the more my combo gets, the more powerful my later attacks that same turn are. And then vice versa. Over here we can see our deck, we can see what the icons mean. We can speed up the game, play a tutorial, and this tells how far down we've gone. So that gives you the kind of overlay. So we're going to go ahead and jump in and get some of these attacks going. So we're going to use our ability. Again, we can use it 15 times, and that's going to let us draw a card. We just kind of drag it down here, because that's what we really wanted. We wanted an attack. Now, the swings give you a buff. They make all of your other attacks stronger. So we're going to go ahead and buff up a bit there. So now our attack, instead of doing 12, is going to do 20. And we'll set him on fire for 2 turns. And that's going to end our turn. So the dog does a weakness on him to make him a little weaker. He hits me for 1 sanity, and he gets rid of one of my cards. That's the worst. Especially that card was a good card. But what can you do? And then we got a block. We're going to go ahead and use our ability again. Just see if we can get... No. Alright, so he's going to hit me once. So I'll put a block up. That'll block the 5 damage he's going to do to me. And then we're going to go ahead and punch him twice. And you'll see that the punch, the first one was for 7. But now it's going to be worth 9 because of the combo. It gets bigger as we do attacks. He is going to hit my dog for 15. That's going to be real rough. But my dogs are going to curse him and attack him for 6. If the dog dies, that's it. It's gone for the run. It doesn't come back next battle or anything like that. So I do need to try to protect my dogs when I can. Unfortunately, right now, I have no cards that let me protect the dogs. Alright, he's bleeding. He's going to curse the dog, and then he's going to cast a blessing on himself. And we don't know what a blessing's going to do, so we'll have to wait and see. What we'll do is we'll take a swing. We'll add that up. We're going to apply vulnerability. That means all of our attacks on him do double damage. And then we're going to swing at him. So we're taking a good chunk of his life off. Let's see what his blessing is. His blessing gives him dexterity, which gives him basically shield. So damage is 4 less on him, which is kind of the worst. Alright, he's going to be hurting my dog. The dog should survive that. Yeah, the dog should survive 16, but it's going to be rough. Alright. I think we'll set him on fire again. And hope for the best here. Again, we have 2 dogs, but we'd like to keep them both. They're super helpful for our runs. Oh gosh. That's where our dog's bones are broken. Okay, so we got some blocks. We don't know what he's doing though. He's going to do something unknown, and our dog is going to curse him. And this dog's going to get a shield. He's got trauma. Oh man, each time he attacks, he's going to take damage. Okay. Let's see if we can get anything a little more helpful. We got our fire axe again. I think we are going to use that. A little less damage, but the fire's stacking, so now he has 3 more turns of fire damage. And he takes 5 damage at the start of each turn because of that fire damage, so that's really helpful. Alright, we lost our grenade, which we've not been using because we don't really need an AoE. And the dogs are healing up. Alright, we'll take a swing, and I think we're going to be fine. I think because of the fire damage, yeah, he'll die next turn. And that'll be it. And our dogs did survive. Rough shape, some broken bones. But now, because he was an elite, we get to pick another item. So let's see here. Restore 1 sanity, or one ability after each attack on the hero's sanity. Oh, that's interesting. Fears 50% less against fearless beginning of battle. Ooh. Let's do the life buoy. And at the end of every battle, we get some stuff. So we get a consumable. This is just something we can throw. We get 3 charges of a dagger that goes through block, which is huge. We can have up to 3 pieces of equipment. And now we can work a shift, so we can make money if we go to the warehouse. So it changes what the warehouse card does. We've gained some resource, and we gain a card, and we get to pick one. So we could give shield to the whole team, which is great because we have 2 dogs. We can uppercut, which does a good amount of damage and applies weakness. So that makes them do less damage to us. Or we can do a low kick, which does damage, and then 3 turns of vulnerability. Ooh. Now that said, I think keeping my dogs alive may be more useful right now. I may regret that later. And the way card upgrades work is the more you use a specific card, they upgrade faster. Alright, so we got 163, so we got some money. We got merchant and scuffle, and then refueling. We're doing fine on fuel. That's down here. So every time we pick one of these cards, that's how much fuel it uses. And if you run out of gas, you're kind of abandoned and you lose the whole battle. So let's go ahead and do... I will do a scuffle after this. So we'll go ahead and drop the merchant in. And once that hits, we'll see what he can sell. So he can sell relics, he can sell consumables, he can sell equipment, and new cards. Now that's an interesting one. Let's see what we got. Now when we equip items, we can only have one of each of these little symbols, so we can only have one pocket item. So if we want to do that, we can get another consumable slot. Because we get consumables, that's actually a really good deal. We might want that one. So let's sell this. And let's buy the pocket. That's great, because we get a consumable after every scuffle, so that's huge. And then looking at consumables, grants 15 attack to an ally. That's massive, so just have this big boom hit if we need it to save ourselves. But it's 1 use. Or receive 10 damage through block, restore through sanity. Interesting. So we can take 2 pills to give our sanity back, but we'll take 10 damage. I think we'll save our money. I think we're good. Come again. And yes, I do think the merchant is a vampire. Let's go ahead and do our scuffle, and we'll see what happens. Alright, looks like we're fighting some local farmers. You know, they know what's going on in this town, and they don't want us getting involved. Alright, so first we'll flash, we'll find vulnerability, so now they'll take double damage. We'll buff our swing up, and then we'll punch one, and so now they're going to take even more. Which is great. Alright, and that'll end our turn. And again, this dog's gonna slowly heal because he gets 2 heal every turn, so as long as he'll take, well, yeah, as long as he'll take damage, he'll start getting his life back, so that's great. We do love our dog, that's why we got that card, so everyone gets 4 shield. What's he gonna do? He's gonna attack. They're both going after my dog. I don't love that. Let's see if we can get ourselves... That's not awful. I'm being a little liberal if that's what I wanted. Now we will do 14 to everybody because we buffed up our AoE. That gets rid of one of those guys attacking our dog. Beautiful. And he'll have enough shield now to soak this guy's attack. Excellent. And we'll just finish off the fight. So some of these fights, nice and easy. Some a little more challenging. We got some resources. We got a piece of equipment. Reduce costs. After consume. This is a huge card. So cards get cheaper if we use a consumable at the start. That's amazing. This is wild. We'll hold on to it. We might not use it because it truly is a random game. You don't know. All your card values change, so they can be expensive, they can be free, they can be cheap. You have no idea. And we get new. So we can get another axe. We can get adrenaline. That's a big shield. Or we can shoot 16 damage somewhere. We could also reject a card. We can do that 5 times per run if we don't want to take a new card. I, though, am liking our axe build. So we're doing like a little fire axey build thing. So let's do that. Now, our gas is down 10, so we might as well go to the refueling station. And that's going to cost, I think, 25, if I remember correctly. Yeah, oh, 50, a little more expensive. So there's things you can do. You can get, if you don't have the cash, you can always get a free consumable here. You can always work a shift to get cash, but we're going to spend money and fill up our gas tank. Bing bang boom. Now we have two unknowns. With this unknown goes nowhere. This one goes to a scuffle. So we'll do this one. And this could be anything. It could be any of the cards. It could be a battle. Like, ooh, it could be a museum. All right. Permanent discount at the merchant is always nice. Yeah, we're gonna do the merchant discount. That's huge. And because that random was so nice, let's see what this one does for us. It could be an elite fight. It could be back to the museum. It could. Oh, we found. Oh gosh. Especially dark and cold night as you walk down the road, only dense woods on either side. A few hundred meters ahead, you spot a beam of light in the road. Suddenly, a horrific, putrid odor fills your nose. In the distance, from the direction of the ocean, a very low and ominous rumble, reminiscent of a ship's siren, can be heard. Carefully advancing, you see that the beam of light is coming from the headlight of a car with open windows. The other headlight is shattered. In the light of the headlights, you see two bodies lying on the ground. So we can call for help. We can rob them. We can investigate the accident scene, and because we have the magnifying glass, we have the ability to do that. Or we can attempt to start the car. I think we're detectives. Let's investigate. You decide to examine the site of the accident. As you inspect the wounds in the bodies, you realize the injuries resemble bite or claw marks more than anything else. Strange. Suddenly, something slimy starts dripping at you from above, from the treetops. Your heart begins to race wildly. Slowly, you look up and see dozens of eyes in the treetops. You dash back to your car. What were those creatures? We gained 400 fear. All right. All right, so we can do a scuffle or a merchant. Let's do a scuffle. Again, oh, we got a big guy. So this guy can do some whopping damage. He also gains block every turn because he's got shell. The butcher, yeah, the butcher can be tough. So we'll start with a little grenade throw and give our dogs just a little bit of extra shield. Just to try to protect them. Alright. Let's see, now we have our axe. You can see here, we've used this axe 4 times. Once we level this up, we'll get to level up our axe again. So that's kind of a fun way that all works. What's he doing? He's hitting everyone for 5. I do think we will do our axe. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. Take a swing. Not enough to kill him, but we'll get him close. And the burning will help. There we go. Alright, so dogs are in decent shape. For now, that's gonna really hurt. He's gonna hit him for 13 plus 9. Oh my gosh, so we're gonna kill him, so that's not a problem. Does he get the fire at the start of his turn? Start of the turn. Okay, yeah, he'll be fine. So we'll buff our attack. We're gonna hit this guy. And we're gonna throw a shield up for us just to get shielded a little bit. And shields persist. So, you know, if you have a turn, you can use shield. You can sit on it for a while, and that's fine. We give our dog some shield. We'll add some vulnerability so they can do more damage to them, and then we'll go from there. And this poor buddy, he's getting low, and I can't move them, like swap their order. It's random where we all line up. So we'll just keep punching his shields down because we need to. And we'll keep our block going up. And so there is a build where you build block and then you convert block into attack. So there is, you know, different cards for your character. Oh man. Alright, dog is rough. Good news is we're gonna take this guy out now. Keep our dog alive for now. Gain 1 consumable by visiting the asylum. Or, well, we'll take it for now. We can sell it later. And then gain a power. So we have 2 charges, so gain energy. That's huge. Lets us do more. So gain and draw a card. Recover 2 is always nice, just to have a blanket heal. And then exhaust, gain 25. We haven't talked about, I forget what that stat is called. We could do that one. I think though, I like having heals in my deck. Alright, so we have one more thing we can do. We can go to the merchant with 91 bucks plus the discount. That's not awful. Or we can go to the refueling station, which I think we'll do. We don't need the gas, so I said we're going to work a shift just to get some more money for once we beat this boss, hopefully. Alright, now we are going to fight a boss. We're going to battle an Elder God. Alright, so we have Dagon here and his little friends, the Deep Ones. We have lots of other things going on. And we're going to do some stuff. So first, we're going to go ahead and I think we'll give ourselves an energy to start with, and that'll make everything cheaper. And I'm curious, does it stack? Do I do this multiple times? No, it just... Oh wait, yes! What does this do? Gain an energy. Where is the item that lowers it? Is it all cards or some cards? This one. Consumable. Reduce the energy cost of one card in the hand. Ah, okay. So we have 4 energy now, which means we can double Fire Axe Dagon from the start. We're going to do that. Our dog is going to die. There's nothing we can do about it right now. We can't block 19 damage, so that is just the reality, unfortunately. So we're going to say, bye, puppy. Thank you for your service. That's our circus dog, not our one we've had forever. So that was I think his name was Dick the circus dog. All right. So now what are they doing? They're gonna charge. So he's giving extra attack to these guys. That's no good. Let's apply. You know what? Let's do this first. Let's. Maybe we should start taking these guys out actually. Apply vulnerability to all of them. We'll see if we can get ourselves... We'll try one more. You know what, let's... I really want to make sure we kill him. That's just one less to deal with. And we'll keep focusing on Dagon. You just don't want to let the, you know, the bonus creatures gain up on you too much. Oof, and me poisoned. So poison's gonna hurt the dog every turn. Luckily the dog has regen, so it all kind of... Now I can put heal... it's just on me. That's no use. Alright, so let's pull this down. I need an attack. I have all these great tank of swings. Beautiful. Okay. And it looks like I didn't realize it changed it... permanently? Why is that lowered to 1? You know what? I'm not gonna fight it. I don't care. Let's take a swing. Take a swing. And swing of him. That's going to do 26 to Dagon. He's wet, though. Oh, he's wet, so he blocks the fire damage, right? No, yeah, but he takes twice as much of cold. Oh, well. That's pretty good. And maybe we'll do random cards at the end. We'll see what happens. But I think we're doing okay. We got them mostly half down. They're doing some sanity. They're getting my frenzy. Frenzy is a stat that the more you deal with, you take... odd stuff happens. Now, I know he's wet, but the reason I'm doing that is to just do as much damage as possible. And I'm leaving one up because I think if I take out both of these guys, he'll summon 2 more, so I might as well just have one to deal with. Alright, our poor dog is getting close to death, I think. We'll do this and do that. We're using a lot of resources here. I want to show you how this works. Alright, alright. Oh, come on, puppy. Don't die, because this is just the first boss of many. We need an attack. We desperately need an attack. Oh my god, I have too many blocks. Oh no. Alright, we'll take that one. And we'll gain a block, I guess. We are really burning through our resources. And our dog's gonna go. Goodbye, dog. That's the worst. Well, alright, so we can do a Fire Axe. Burning doesn't do anything, so it's better to do 2 attacks on him. Because you'll get the combo bonus. He's got 1 health. Oh, that's the worst. Okay. Next turn, maybe we get our AoE if we're lucky. And we can take them both out. Did we get our AoE? No, but we have enough to do it. So Dagon's gone. His servant's gone. We lost both our dogs, but we survived. Now we get to pick a good relic here. So more money. Extra option when choosing a new card is always nice. An aura, which protects from 1 negative. That's a great one. Equipment as a headpiece. Begins 1 energy of the hero's turn. So I want to keep that. This one I think we can get rid of. And put that on. Move all shield from enemies is massive. And now we have a lot of things going on. So first we gotta pick a new card. And I think we'll pick Nails. I like an AoE. And now we get to upgrade our cards. And so since some don't have choices, we'll just do the upgrade. Just makes them a little more powerful. So you can see this is how you work on your build. Is as you upgrade your cards, you can start doing things. This change is now that's cheaper. And we got some more cover. And that's our first boss of 4. But that's where we're going to stop this episode. Let me know what you think. I love this game, and I haven't played it in forever, so I thought you might enjoy it too. So yeah, this is Menace from the Deep, and we'll see you all next time in Creeptober. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and we'll catch you later. Bye!